I am 5 years old. My dad loves me more than anything, but he doesn't know a terrible secret. 5 years ago, he was the driver who hit me with his car. He stepped out, looked at me in panic, and drove away. He left me there, alone in the cold. Then I woke up in a new body. I was reborn as his daughter. And the worst part? I remember everything. Growing up, I hated him. I wanted to ruin his life. I broke his expensive laptop. I threw his phone in the trash. I wanted him to get angry. I wanted him to yell at me. But he never did. He just hugged me and asked if I was hurt. It made me so mad. How could a bad person be such a good father? One night, I woke up late. Dad wasn't in his room. I walked downstairs and heard someone crying in the dark. He was looking at an old newspaper. It was the news about my accident. The next day, I followed him. He drove to the graveyard. He knelt in front of a grave, my old grave. He put down beautiful flowers and cried like a baby. I am so sorry, he cried. I was just so scared. I think about you every single day. I can't forgive myself. I would give my life to bring you back. I stood behind him. My heart felt so heavy. All these years, I thought he didn't care. But the guilt was eating him alive. He turned around, wiped his tears, and tried to smile at me. I looked at the man who ended my past life. I didn't say a word. I just walked up and hugged him tightly. Would you forgive the person who took your life? I am 10 years old, and I absolutely hate my stepmom. She just locked me in my room for the 5th time this week. My real mom passed away. My dad is my only angel. He always buys me toys and calls me his little princess. But my stepmom is a complete monster! Yesterday, my dad gave me a very cute teddy bear. When my stepmother saw it, she snatched it away from me. She threw it away and shouted, "You will never get anything from him!" I cried so hard. I didn't understand why she was so cruel. One day, Dad hugged me and whispered, "Pack your bags, princess. We are running away tonight." I was so happy. Finally, I would be free from the wicked witch. But at 11 p.m., stepmom barged into my room. She saw my backpack. She threatened not to let me leave. "You are never leaving this house!" she yelled, locking the door from the outside. I wouldn't let her ruin my life. My father had secretly stolen the key from her room and given it to me the day before. Then I ran to the front yard where Dad told me to wait, but Dad wasn't alone. He was talking to 2 scary men dressed in all black. I hid behind and listened. Dad handed them some papers.
"Take her far away," Dad said. "I just watching the life insurance money."
My heart was completely shattered. My angel dad was selling me to strangers. I stepped backward in panic and accidentally tripped and fell. The men turned around. "There she is!" One of them came closer and tried to grab me. I screamed for help, but Dad just stood there and smiled. Suddenly, stepmom jumped out of nowhere, holding a baseball bat. She swung it with all her strength and hit the bad guy to the ground. "Run!" she yelled, standing in front of me as a human shield. Police sirens suddenly wailed in the distance. Stepmom had called them before she came. The bad guys and my own father panicked and tried to run away, but the cop chased after them immediately. Stepmom fell to her knees, shaking. She pulled me into her arms and hugged me so tight, crying hard. I finally understood. She wasn't locking me up to hurt me. She was locking me up to save my life. Would you apologize to her? My older sister Chloe always loved money and attention. But last year, our family received devastating news. Chloe announced she was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. My parents were completely crushed. They cried for days. To save her life, we sacrificed everything to pay for her treatments. My dad sold his only car. And my mom worked 2 jobs. I even drained my entire college savings for her. She posted heartbreaking videos online, begging for help. Thousands of sympathetic strangers donated to her GoFundMe. We thought we were losing her, but something started to feel off. She never let anyone speak to her doctors. And she always locked her bedroom door. One afternoon, I came home early to surprise her with flowers. When I reached her room, the door was slightly cracked open. I looked inside and froze completely. Chloe wasn't resting in bed. She was wearing a luxury designer dress, packing a brand new suitcase. She was laughing loudly on the phone. "I know, the GoFundMe is blowing up," she bragged. "I just hit $50,000. People are so incredibly gullible." And most importantly, her hair was still long, beautiful, and shiny, as if nothing had happened. She had been faking it the entire time. My blood boiled. My parents were starving themselves while she was planning a luxury vacation. I pulled out my phone and recorded everything. Then I kicked the door open. Chloe dropped her phone, turning pale with fear. "How could you do this to our family?" I screamed. I didn't just show the video to my parents. I sent it directly to the police for wire fraud. Now, she is facing years in federal prison, and my parents won't even look at her. Blood makes you related, but loyalty makes you family. Would you have called the cops on your own sister?
I still remember that rainy afternoon like it was yesterday. I was only 10 years old when Mom and I found her. We were walking home from the market when we heard a faint cry coming from behind an old dumpster near the alley. I pulled Mom's hand and said, "Mom, there's a baby crying over there." My heart was pounding as we got closer. There she was, a tiny newborn wrapped in a thin, wet blanket, barely a few days old, shivering and crying weakly. No note, no name, nothing. Just a helpless little girl someone had abandoned. Mom's eyes filled with tears immediately. She picked her up gently and held her against her chest. "We can't leave her here," she whispered. "She'll die if we do." That same night, we took her to the hospital. The doctors said she was severely underweight and had a slight fever. While the police searched for her real parents, Mom and I stayed by her side every single day. I even slept on the chair next to her incubator, holding her tiny hand through the holes. After 2 weeks, no one came forward. The police declared her an abandoned child. That's when Mom made the decision. She looked at me and asked, "Josh, do you want her to be your little sister?" I didn't even hesitate. "Yes, Mom, I want to protect her." The adoption process took almost a year. There were so many papers, interviews, home visits from social workers, and court hearings. Every time they asked if we were sure, I would hold Ray's little fingers and say the same thing. "She's already family." Finally, on a sunny morning, the judge approved it. Mom signed the last document and carried Ray out of the courthouse. From that day on, she officially became my sister. We named her Ray, my light, my little miracle. I watched her grow up, her first smile, her first tooth, her first steps while holding my finger. She would always reach for me and call me "Big Brother" with the happiest voice in the world. I loved her more than anything. Years later, everything changed when her birth mother suddenly appeared at our door, wanting her back. That night, the truth came out. Ray wasn't my real sister. She was adopted. We had kept it from her all this time. I saw the pain in her eyes when she found out. She cried so hard. "No, you're not my mommy," Ray said, tears streaming down her face. "I want to stay with Big Brother. Please don't take me away." My heart broke, but I hugged her tightly. "You can always visit us," I told her gently, "but I'm still here. I'll always be here." A few days later, I came home from school. "Big bro, you're home!" Ray ran to me and jumped into my arms. I missed you, Josh, she whispered. I missed you too, Ray. I held her close. You're my sister. Real or not, you'll always be my little sister. Nothing will ever change that. She looked up at me with those big eyes full of love. I love you so much, big brother. Even though she's not my blood, Ray is still my family, and I will always protect and love her forever.
I still remember the day Sue was born, the day my entire world collapsed. The doctors told me my wife had severe complications. I was pacing outside the delivery room, and they came out and said, "We're sorry, we couldn't save her." In that moment, something inside me died too. When they placed tiny Sue in my arms for the first time, all I felt was anger. She looked exactly like her mother. Every time she cried, it felt like a knife twisting in my chest. This baby, she took my wife away, I thought bitterly. Couldn't even look at her without feeling overwhelming guilt and resentment. For years, I was cold and distant. "Dada, hug me, please," little 3-year-old Sue would beg, stretching her tiny arms toward me after daycare. I would turn away, my throat tight with emotion I refused to show. "Don't call me Dada. You're not my child. You took everything from me." My voice sounded so harsh, even to myself. Deep down, I hated how much those words hurt her, and how much they hurt me too. As she grew, she tried so hard to win my love. When she was 6, she ran home excitedly with her report card. "Daddy, I got an A+ in every subject. Are you proud of me?" Her eyes sparkled with hope. I barely glanced at it, my heart aching behind the wall I had built. "Just go to your room," I muttered, fighting the urge to pull her into my arms. I wanted to tell her how proud I was, how much she reminded me of the woman I lost, but the pain always won. One afternoon, she climbed onto my lap with her favorite strawberry donut and said softly, "Daddy, can we eat this together, like a real family?" I pushed her away gently. "Stop wandering around. Can't you see I'm busy?" But inside, my chest felt like it was caving in. I could see the sadness in her eyes, and it killed me. The breaking point came one quiet evening. Sue, now 8 years old, looked up at me with tears already forming and asked the question that haunted us both. "Dad, why isn't Mommy here with us? Did I do something wrong?" Her voice was so small, so full of pain. That was the moment my walls finally crumbled. I had spent years punishing an innocent child for something she never chose. Years of pushing away the only piece of my wife that was still alive. That night, I found her crying alone in her room. The sound of her sobs tore my heart apart. I knelt down, my own tears finally falling after so many years. "Sue," I whispered, my voice breaking completely. "I'm so sorry. Daddy has been so wrong. I blamed you for losing your mom. I was angry at the world and I took it all out on you. Every time you smiled, you reminded me of her, and it hurt so much I couldn't bear it, but that was never your fault. You are the most precious gift she left behind." Sue looked at me with those big, tear-filled eyes that mirrored her mother's and said softly, "It's okay, Dad. I still love you. I've always loved you." I pulled her into my arms and held her tightly for the first time in years, sobbing like a broken man. "I love you too, Sue. I love you so much. I'm going to spend the rest of my life making this up to you. No more cold words, no more pushing you away. From now on, I'm going to be the daddy you deserve." We stayed like that for a long time, father and daughter finally healing together. From that day on, I stopped seeing Sue as my pain. Instead, I saw her as my greatest blessing. She isn't just my daughter, she's my reason to keep living, my second chance at love, and the light that brought my heart back to life.